Hey warriors, for those of you who are unfamiliar with who I am, my name is Christina Carter and I am the creator of A Lyme Life and the Facebook page titled Alternative Lyme Life. I am the spouse of a warrior, the mother to two warriors, Bella, who was bit in California, my son, known as the Boy Wonder, who was exposed in utero and has congenital Lyme-induced autism, and I myself am a warrior. This is my 2-year post-hypothermia update, and so I'm just going to give a very quick rundown over the last about 7 months since I've done a video, and then I want to briefly talk about some trends that I'm seeing in recovery. You can hear Cam in the background. So recovery for me has been, peaks and valleys, very similar to being sick. Although when you're sick, you spend way more time in the valleys, and then climbing up to those peaks is really, really difficult, and you don't spend as much time on top. Definitely spending way more time on the peaks, and then it's almost as if they sort of turn into plateaus, and then my valleys are much smaller, and it's glitches like high viral loads, parasites, pretty much microbiome related stuff for me. My cellular membranes or cell membranes, are still just a hot mess, and I'm just really slow to recover on a cellular level. I do have methylation issues. I'm a terrible detoxer, so I do have those things kind of going against me. But I also think age and duration of illness has something to do with it. And so, I am now over the beautiful hump, in my late 40s, and, yeah, it's super fun. And, I was sick for 14 and a half years. And so I would be foolish to expect that I would be 100% in 2 years. Now I am, and on any given day, between 80 and 85%. And that is spectacular. Last fall, I trained for an open water Alcatraz swim with my father. I'm doing it again this year. I am still able to hike, bike, be a mom to a special needs kid, to a mom to a teenager, run my household, work, support, Lyme warriors here in my community in Colorado, and then also, internationally and all over the US. I've been doing that basically since my videos went up on YouTube and I got home from hyperthermia, is pretty much when the emails and the phone calls started coming in, and I'm happy to do it. So please continue to reach out. I have a lot of gut work that I'm currently working on, and parasites. So I'm selfish, and I lost all of my 30s and almost half of my 40s, and I want that extra 15 to 20% that I'm striving for. And I think that it's a matter of diet, continuous detoxing, your enemas. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's important, the saunas. And I think the important thing to remember, and for everybody and for me, is that even though I still strive for that 15 to 20%, I am thriving and living and loving and just embracing the 80 to 85% that I have on every single day. And so it's a matter of just keeping my crap together, my sleep hygiene, which is still, that was one of my number one symptoms, was insomnia. And I still struggle with it. You have to take care of yourself. Recovery, and I said this in an earlier video, it is still a full-time job. And really celebrating those peaks and those high plateaus, and, not getting super depressed and anxious and concerned in your valleys. And I think, it's basically you're kind of woo like this, and then it gets shorter until, it's almost like, little, like you're on a little tricycle and you're like, woo, and so I'm doing fantastic. I don't regret it. I would do it 1,000 times over, and I keep getting asked, was hyperthermia worth it? Yes. But recovery is work. And so I want to talk about some trends that I'm seeing. Number one, a lot of you who are have made the decision to go, are wondering about going and thinking about going to hyperthermia. And those of you that are struggling right after you have gone and now you're home, you're operating, I shouldn't say all, a majority of you are operating with unrealistic expectations. You are going to embark on, or have embarked on a major medical procedure. You heated your body up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit, people. Recovery is a bitch. It sucks. It's hard. You tank at when you first get home, you struggle, and then you start to get your feet underneath you, and you start to kind of gain a little bit of momentum, and then that 10, 12, 14 week time frame hits, and that's when, you glitch a little bit, and it's really, you're like, why hasn't this worked? It didn't work. I spent all that money. No. That's not what's happening. What's happening is that your body is trying to expel millions and millions of pathogens and bugs. Recovery is hard. It's hard and it sucks. And having the correct expectation when you go into it, knowing that you are literally getting ready for the marathon of your life, that will emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually prepare you for what you're about to embark on. And I need you to really dig deep, you guys, because this is the reality of it, is that bug tried to kill you when it was in you, and it is going to try and kill you when it leaves you. And I've said this, countless of times on the phone, in email, and in other videos, okay? Having a realistic expectation will set you up for success. And if you want to talk about it, I'm happy to have that conversation with you. Or just go back and look at my videos, because there's fat shit show going on here. And I put it out there for all of you to see, because I wanted you to understand what you were about to get into. Trend number 2 that I'm seeing, and this is me personally, watching the different groups and supporting people and just talking to people in my community and everything else. There's a glitch that happens. So let me finish this thought. There's a glitch that happens anywhere from 10 months to a year, 13, 14 months. And when I say glitch, I mean that you've hit your first plateau and you're like, woo! I'm cruising, I'm living my life. I've probably slipped a little bit on my diet, but I'm no longer surviving. I'm thriving, I'm living. Maybe I'm working again. Maybe, whatever your most favorite hobby is that you haven't been able to do in years, whatever it is, that you are fully rooted in this new life, this Lyme-free. You've gotten through that first struggle of recovery, and then all of a sudden, bam, you are a hot mess, and you're in bed, fetal position. I was thinking it's back, thinking it failed. Oh my God, what just happened? And I'm seeing this across the board, male, female, doesn't matter. Age does seem to play a little bit in there, and duration of illness seems to play a little bit as a factor in this. My theory, I have a few, but very quick and dirty. you're not taking care of business. I wasn't. I started eating crap I wasn't supposed to eat. I was not staying on top of my sauna. I was not staying on top of my coffee enemas. I did go to Santa Vive for stem cells. I do still feel that stem cells have a role in our recovery. I'm wondering if I did it too early. And so this glitch is across the board, and I need you guys to just take advice from me and my experience and stay the course. You know, it's okay to slip here and there and have a margarita, Jesus, live, have some tacos. But don't start downing, you know, handfuls of gummy bears and feeding that candida and all that stuff. And so that's also part of the glitch, is viral loads will pop up, parasites will pop up, fungus will pop up. And again, a theory about that is that you've now just bombarded your body with all this heat and all of these good, you know, your Myers cocktails and your glutathione, and your immune system is like, bring it. And it takes anywhere from 9 to 12, 13 months, that time frame, for your immune system to finally settle and hit its new normal. And so now all the viruses, all the other pathogens that are in your body, and I'm not talking about COs, okay? Talking about viral loads, CMV, echo, EBV, parasites, they all sense your immune system settling in, and it's now your new normal, and now they're all like, ooh, coast is clear. And that's happened with so many people, and myself included. I just had tests done in May, and sure enough, cytomegalovirus, echo, EBV numbers were high again, parasites are active, fungus, can't even, oh dear God, that candida just doesn't want to die. So this is part of the recovery process, you guys. Stay the course, okay? And the third trend, no one can agree on how to treat Lyme. Even with all the new research that's coming out, and there's some great research, and I'll do a completely separate video on all of that, because there's some fantastic stuff coming down from like Kim Lewis and Dr. Zhang and different doctors using different protocols. I do still think that hyperthermia is and I hesitate to say cure, but I was CDC positive, and I am now 100% negative. So as far as eradicating Borrelia, I honestly, from the core of who I am, heat in conjunction with the Rocephin and the Flagyl. Yes. Do I think that there's a place for other treatments? If you had asked me 2 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. Now, depending where you are in getting bit and in your illness, it's not going to eradicate, but it can put it in remission. And so still, to this day, no one can agree on how to treat. They do agree on the importance of the microbiome. 90% of your genetic material and your immune system is housed in your gut. It is fact, irrefutable. The gut-brain connection, and I've done tons of research on this, guys, specifically for the Boy Wonder and for myself. Take care of your gut. That is the only thing that anyone can agree on, and that is the trend that I'm seeing, is if you don't take care of your gut, you're going to end up a hot mess like I am and countless others. And so this is a key to recovery, okay? And so I'm doing great. I still have a lot of work to do, a lot. And I'm in it just as much as you guys, but I'm in it to win it. And I just wish all of you who are struggling right now, I send you health and wellness and love and light, whether you are pre-treatment, in treatment, post-treatment, wherever you are. Just from me to you, mwah, I'm wishing you wellness and light, and I will talk to you guys soon.